So I have spent a decent chunk of time talking about production of content, but I haven't spoken about curating content. So that's what we're going to talk about today. My name is Chris Hargraves, this is Digital Marketing Mastery, and you can find this and other things that I produce over at digitalmarketingforlawyers.com. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like and connect with me in various different ways. It's all good, whichever way you choose to do it, but I do love that warm and fuzzy feeling I get when people leave comments and hit the like button, and everyone likes that feeling. So do that, give me that warm and fuzzy feeling, and we will continue on while you do that to talk about content curation. Now, a lot of lawyers want to be seen as the expert in everything, and so they have this natural tension when it comes to actually sharing any content that anyone else might have produced. But content curation can be an extremely valuable and useful and time-effective strategy. Now, I've spoken about micro content in the past. So what we're going to talk about today is, in fact, combining micro content, that is small thought bubbles, small, easy to produce, quick to produce, easy to consume content across various platforms. We're going to combine that today with content curation. What is content curation? In its most simple form, content curation is finding resources and articles and videos and items of content available on the internet within your space, somehow relevant to you and what you do and the people you're trying to reach, and sharing that content with them. Now, I've said before my piece about sharing other lawyers' content, so I won't repeat myself here. If you didn't listen to that, go back and listen to that. But basically, this allows you to connect yourself with the sharing of valuable information without having to go to the trouble of sharing the valuable information yourself. Alternatively, you can use it as an opportunity to comment on a particular article that you may not necessarily agree with for the purpose of generating discussion. So this is what content curation is about. It is about taking the efforts of other people, adding your 2 cents, and then going through the process of sharing that with your network to try and build engagement, but also to mean that you are doing the hard yards for them. Because what is the most valuable asset that people have that they generally think they're short on? It's time. Most people don't have the time to read everything that they want to read, to sift through the enormous amounts of information available in our social media news feeds, and so you are taking the burden of doing that for them and becoming a repository of information, not necessarily all information that you produce, but information that you curate for them. So this can be a valuable strategy. The practical way to go about doing it, though, is to firstly build a list of resources that you regularly check to make that process easier, and secondly, to find a way of sharing that in a nice spread out way so that you are regularly and consistently showing up rather than sharing information, 24 things at 7 a.m. in the morning and then nothing for the rest of the following 4 days because you get busy. There are 2 tools that I'm going to suggest you use for this. There are many, many other ways of doing it, but these are 2 that are nice and easy. There are free and paid versions of them, so whatever, if you're going to check them out. The first tool is called Feedly, and this is simply a tool where you can bring together the various resources that you consume in terms of blog posts or whatever, and have them in a readily available list for you. So each morning you can just spend 5 minutes working your way through that list, reading the stuff that is informative to you and valuable to you, and then you're going to use the second tool we'll talk about in a second to share that out. So Feedly, you can look that up. The second tool is Buffer, and this is simply a way of scheduling your curated content. All you need to do is you find it in Feedly, you open it, you add it to your buffer queue, and your buffer queue will automatically share it out at the designated times and dates and days that you have decided to share content. And basically then all you need to do is each morning or each few days or whatever it is, you queue up your relevant comments and curated content, you share it with your audience, and then you just wait for comments or discussion, and then you engage with people. So you're spending your time efficiently, you're providing value to them, but you're not necessarily producing 15 blog posts a week, because most of us don't have time to do that. That is content curation at its simplest. It can be a valuable strategy, and I encourage you to consider it as part of your social media strategy. That's all I had for today. and I'll see you next time.